And this is the Rita Cosby Show. You know, you think about different insurance scams and how they affect not just the insurance companies, but also we, the taxpayers. For an example, in the state of New York, and this happens in every state around the country, hundreds of $millions a year are costing New Yorkers because of auto insurance fraud, auto accident fraud. That's just auto accident fraud alone. Think about that, hundreds of $millions a year. There was one estimate I was reading that about $241 million in 2010. Why is this, and what can we do to fix it? Well, let's bring in David Schwartz. He's the attorney for New Yorkers Stand Against Insurance Fraud. David, this is amazing. These numbers are staggering.
Staggering, Rita. It's really at epidemic proportions. People don't realize it. They don't think it's a sexy topic, but really insurance fraud is costing New Yorkers and it's costing people around the country hundreds of millions of dollars. And people, we call this a fraud tax. You know, everyone is paying, high taxes and complaining about taxes, but this is one of those hidden taxes that goes right into your automobile insurance rates. People are paying a fraud tax, and to have auto insurance is a mandate. It's not by choice. It's a mandate. And you have auto insurance criminal enterprises staging car accidents where lawyers, doctors, and the criminal enterprises are all involved. These medical mills are all involved in the fake car accidents. And in New York, we have the no-fault system in which you don't have to show fault. So you can be, without making a showing, you can pay up to $50,000 for each fake injury. It's at epidemic proportions.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. So it's sort of like this whole scam system. Okay, we're going to fake an accident. We know how to do it, and we're going to get paid X, even if there's with no fault attached.
Yeah, it's typical, Rita, of any criminal enterprise. We look at, holes in the criminal justice system, and wherever there are holes, wherever there's a window of opportunity, we see it over and over again, the criminals will enter that marketplace and take over the marketplace.
So, David, so who are they? Are they? Is it rings, or are these individuals, or is it both?
These are sophisticated criminal rings.
Wow.
I mean, sometimes it's individuals who fake car. Now, but the problem is, and there are many problems with this, and it's just not economic problems. Rita, people have died in staged car accidents. We have a woman in Queens that was killed in a staged car accident, and we're trying to do something so simple as to pass a law in New York whereby if you stage a car accident and for the purpose of committing insurance fraud, well, that's a felony. I mean, isn't that common sense that if you stage a car accident, you hit into other cars on purpose, and, with the intent of committing insurance fraud, that should be a felony? But in New York, the legislature, with all its infinite wisdom, will not pass that bill. And the reason why...
Yeah, why? Why is that?
Well, this is a national problem, and I know this is a national show, so we get back into the trial lawyers. And in New York State, the trial lawyers have an extremely strong lobby, and federally, nationally, they have a strong lobby as well. The trial lawyers would like the status quo. The trial lawyers benefit and profit off all the fraud that is taking place. So, because obviously when you have these fake accidents, and you have these fake injuries, and you have the medical mills, which are a part of it, they need, the lawyers need to go in court and collect the money on all these fake injuries and fake car accidents. It's at epidemic proportions. Just to give you an example, Rita, we have 400,000 of these no-fault cases filed every year in New York State. Experts have estimated that up to 25% of those cases have some sort of fraud. So therefore, we have about 100,000 cases a year in New York being filed and that have some aspect of fraud in it.
That's incredible.
Are at epidemic proportions.
So now, has it increased with the economy too? People trying to find ways to scam to put more money in their pocket? Is there something different with the economy, or is it just people are getting more sophisticated, finding loopholes?
Oh yeah, I think it's a combination of both, Rita. It's such an easy loophole to take advantage of, and we have on video. If your viewers go on to nysafe.org, nysaif.org, on our website we have video of these fake car accidents where you could see the people planning out the fake car accident, tapping into another car, and causing 4 passengers to sustain fake injuries. Those passengers are then taken into a medical mill, which is part and parcel of the fraud. And then all these examinations take place, these fake MRIs. It is such a scam where there's an injury. Sometimes there's an injury to the shoulder, and they do an MRI in the foot. Sometimes they use past brain scans. In present cases we've found, and we've prosecuted some of those cases. We have all the New York DAs on board with our efforts.
Now, listen, we have about 2 minutes left. I want to ask you, how do we fix it? What can people do? Because, first of all, I think you bring up a great point, David, that this is our money. This is taxpayer money being spent on these con artists. So what can we all do to fix this?
We need to wake up and tell our public officials that enough is enough, that they need to pass laws and finally do something about auto insurance fraud, notwithstanding the lobby of the trial lawyers, which is the toughest lobby in this country and in New York State. We need to take it out of the hands of the of the trial lawyers nationally and put it back in the hands of the people and let motorists pay what they should be paying for auto insurance, not a fraud tax to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. There's legislation which is pending on multiple fronts, too technical to talk about now, but we need that legislation. And yes, if it takes a few bucks out of the pockets of the trial lawyers, then so be it, because the law is the law, and we are a nation of laws, and we must uphold the law.
Yeah, I think it is extremely important. I just think it's shocking. How much do you think it comes out to per person? We just have about 30 seconds left. I know the overall price tag, but what are we seeing? Are we seeing a few, what are we paying individually?
Each person's paying at least hundreds of dollars a year in fraud tax.
That's incredible.
That's money that could be used in much better places than paying for criminals who stage car accidents.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. David Schwartz, he represents New Yorkers Stand Against Insurance Fraud. I'm going to put your website out because I think it's important for people to learn. And again, this isn't just in New York. It's happening all over the country. You are paying hundreds of dollars with your insurance for fraud tax, because other people are ripping it off. We got to cut this system. I mean, this is just insane. To find out more, you can go to NYSAIF.com. Find out what you can do to stand up against insurance fraud costing all of us big bucks.